Hey there, everybody. Welcome to week 4 of the LET Season 11 Ultra Ball Conference. This week we are fighting the Colombus Swoo, and they're led by Ruppy, one of our friends, actually. We've fought him a few times, though it has definitely been a while. Okay, and he brought Masquerang, Ting Lu, Revavroom, Serena, Iron Valiant, and Slowbro. I feel like I'm missing something here from what his team could normally be. Anyways, his only Terramon here is the Revavroom, so at least we know if something's going to Terra, it's going to be that thing. Alright, so I think right off the bat we'll go into Pelipper. My opponent's probably going to expect that. However, I do not know if my opponent's going to expect that I put a Choice Scarf on Pelipper. One of the very annoying things here is that Masquerade's setting up the sticky webs. That is one of my main concerns right now. Even though my best sweeping Pokemon are both actually flying types, it'll still be annoying for the rest of my team. Especially Muck, who is meant to outspeed Slowbro and haze it if he sets up with it. Going with Moonlight right off the bat. Okay. So we're actually going to go ahead and just surprise him here. Oh look, Intimidate. Even if he learns that Pelipper is Choice Scarfed, I'm not going to particularly care about that actually. We're just going to Hurricane here, KO Masquerade, and call it good. He could Sash it, which is my guess, but we outspeed it, it's not going to matter, and I can Hurricane most of the rest of his team. The only one that I can't do that to would be the Revavroom. But yeah, okay, no Moonlight. Zen. Okay, we did bring... My Pelipper is trained to be offensive, so it might be enough to deal with the Slowbro. Alright, and we managed to confuse it too. So I think we're going to go ahead and just Hurricane again. My opponent has probably figured out that this is an offensive Pelipper, because otherwise it wouldn't be dealing that much damage to it. If we can get rid of this thing right now, that would be absolutely wonderful. Okay. I mean, they're going to try and waste all of my Hurricanes, I'm sure. Come on. Work with me here. I mean, yeah, the point here is just going to be keep Hurricaning until we KO this thing. It looks like we do just under half health to this thing, but that's more than enough to keep this thing from doing anything else. Nope. And we got a crit, which is absolutely wonderful for me. And here's the best part. We haven't revealed that we're Choice Scarf yet. So my opponent, their best bet is still Revavroom for this thing right now. But if they decide to go Iron Valiant and they don't have the Power Booster, if they Power Boost something other than Speed, Pelipper will actually beat it. I just need to make sure that we can deal with whatever he decides to send out next. We still have rain up for, let's see, we've done 4 Hurricanes, so we get 1 more Hurricane off before we should really switch out. And that's provided he doesn't put in the Revavroom. Revavroom is the thing that's gonna, yep. A Bottomon. Abomaton. Okay. So, I think we're going to go ahead and put... Let's see, I no longer need Muck for Slowbro, so I can use it as a defensive tank if I need to. I am very worried about this thing getting shift gear. So we're going to go ahead and put in Colossal, I think, here. Because if this thing uses a contact move, which a lot of its steel-type moves are. Okay, there's the shift gear, which I was fully expecting. Okay, we're going to go ahead and Flamethrower here. Because my opponent's going to have to tear ground in order to KO Colossal, probably. Or they're just going to swap out. But yeah, no, Pelipper did a wonderful job. I still have problems, and I still need it for other things, obviously. But no, swapping in Colossal was definitely the right play here, and it looks like my opponent is having to think about it a good bit. Yep, there goes a Abomaton. And what comes in next? Moonlights. I'm alright with this. Intimidate, that's fine. We're just flamethrowering here. Now this thing can learn Surf, which is an unfortunate. I think we just go ahead and Flamethrower again. Because either they're going to Surf and get rid of Colossal, and we just bring in Pelipper again. Or something else that can take this thing on. There's the Sticky Web. Okay. But that's the last time we'll have to worry about Sticky Web. And so far, my opponent has not seen any of my Pokemon use utility moves yet, which I think is wonderful, because my opponent will have absolutely no idea what is my support Pokemon right now. They may have an idea that Pelipper's probably offensive, and that Colossal might not be if they're running the calcs while they're doing all this, which could be why they're taking so long. I don't run calcs during matches. I have a general idea of what things are capable of. Alright, we got Tinglu here. So this is where we go ahead and set up our own Stealth Rocks. Or we do that. I am fine with this. Pelipper's coming in. So we do have to deal with the Sticky Web, unfortunately. But that's alright. The main things that Bascu Legion has to outspeed aren't even here. So we're not going to worry about that too much. And we just Hydro Pump here. My opponent doesn't have a switch in for Hydro Pump anymore. So dealing damage to this thing is going to be far more important to me. This thing has huge, huge bulk. So dealing as much damage to it, since it doesn't recover anything outside of leftovers, is going to be important. Very important. I can't afford to lose Pelipper here, but I also don't believe Emperor is capable of KOing Pelipper. I think its best move against Pelipper is to use Ruination on it. That didn't even do half. Okay. Oop. That was a lot. Okay. Okay, this is where we go straight into Basculegion, because unfortunately we kind of have to. But Basculegion should deal more damage than Pelipper does. Okay, there goes the Emperor. And then we've got Aram, which is you. Okay, question becomes, what can we do here? I think we swap in Skeledirge and take whatever physical hit this thing decides to try and give me. We'll take the minus speed. We're already lower in speed anyways. Power Whip. Okay. What Pokemon does my opponent have left? He has all physical Pokemon left, so Will-O-Wisp is free here. And it's been a few turns for Rain, so Rain should be going in 1 or 2 turns. So even if he swaps out, I can start using Torch Song to greater effect. But yeah, there's no way that Serena is able to do anything here. Serena is not a very good support Pokemon. We are physically bulky. Okay. So that's all gone. And what Terra did I make this? I made him Terra Ghost. So that's actually going to help us greatly against Ting-Lu. Because that's going to be my opponent's next Pokemon to come in, I'm sure. Okay. Emperor, Ting-Lu, okay. That does next to nothing. That's expected due to Ting-Lu's ability and Rain. But I'm alright with that. I only brought 2 Terra Pokemon, one of them being Skeledirge, the other one being Colossal, but we've already lost Colossal, so obviously I only have 1 Terra here. We'll go ahead and Will-O-Wisp here. I do not want to take that, either the Rock Slide or the Earthquake to the face. Ting-Lu has a great amount of attack stat, even if it can be somewhat passive. So we'd rather avoid the super effective altogether. There's the Earthquake. We take that, but we missed the Will-O-Wisp. We'll go ahead and Will-O-Wisp again. Okay, we can't use Torch Song anymore. Now the real question becomes, does my opponent expect me to swap out? Burn is getting passive damage on this thing, which is really nice. Hang on. We've only seen 3 attacks. This thing's Assault Vested. That explains a crap ton. Okay. We'll go ahead and slack off here. We'll see how much damage they can deal with that throat chop. Okay. That explains why Pelipper wasn't able to do much here. But at this point, we should be fine. And as for damage, we really want to keep Pelipper alive, so on the off chance that Hydro Pump misses or Surf doesn't KO, I think we're just gonna U-turn out of this. But anyways, now we're back to me and my opponent finally battling here. Basculegion's coming in. Basculegion has a bit more attack, offense than Pelipper does, so we're gonna go ahead and go with that. All right, Surf here. Not sure if they're gonna... Yeah, I didn't think they would bother keeping Ting Lu in. He's just too weak and burnt to be of much help anymore. The next thing to come in is probably going to be Serena to eat up Rain. But in all honesty, I'm alright with that. My opponent has no idea what ability my Basculegion is running, though. I don't have to be Swift Swim. They haven't seen this thing outspeed anything yet. So the only clue that they're going to get is when they if they send in Iron Valiant against it. And honestly, I don't know if I'm even faster than Iron Valiant thanks to the speed decrease. I didn't calc for that because... Ooh, Lumidity. Alright. I am okay with this. We're just going to Hydro Pump here. If I'm not faster, then I get to put in... Oh. Alright. Basculegion getting the KO there. So that's one major Pokemon gone. Thank the Lord for that. And I have a Sash on my Thundurus, so I'm not as concerned about that anymore. I do have one major issue, though. Muck is now entirely worthless to this team. Like, the only thing you could check would be the Serena. And Serena's already in check thanks to the burn. Like, I have no concerns about Serena. I have concerns about my opponent's Revavroom instead. But we're just going to get as much damage off on this thing as we can. This thing can Terra, so I have no idea what it's going to do there. But we're going to Hydro Pump and see if we can get as much damage off as we can on this thing. This is my opponent's Terra Pokemon. Oh. Nope, they're going to be swapping out for more damage, huh? Alright. Okay, we lose Basculegion to Life Orb damage. but that's alright. We need a Basculegion out of here anyways. And we got leftovers here. We're still burning this thing. Then we'll go ahead and put in Thunderous. Sludge Bomb. Wonder if my opponent's going to try and stall out the rain. Because I'm sure he's figured out that I've probably got Thunder on this thing. The rain stopped. So he can Terra this thing, which is a nightmare for me. Now the issue here, I think we're going to go ahead and put in Muck. My main biggest fear here is that this thing's Terra Ground. If my opponent put this thing as Terra Ground, it's going to be an absolute nightmare to deal with. Like, to the point where I don't know if I even can. Okay, there goes Shift Gear. Now Muck's entire point here is going to be to, 1, Haze. We're going to Haze first, and then we're going to start trying to deal damage to this thing. I'm not sure what my opponent has planned for this. Oh, God. Ooh, it's got Life Orb. That actually helps us a lot. So we're going to set up with Pelipper. Because we're going to waste all of as much of his HP as we can. Because I need to make sure that we KO with Thunder. Alright, and what Terra is this? Terra Grass, okay. That means Sludge Bomb should KO here. I'm gonna try and run a quick calc on that. Yeah. Honestly, doesn't matter at this point. Because even if I don't KO with that, my opponent has to use Zen Headbutt, I think, to have a chance here, and that's for me to flinch. Oh, Gunk Shot. Sash. No! Crap, crap, crap! Oh, thank the Lord. That was too close for comfort. And we finally won our first match. I am so glad we preserved that Focus Sash. Good game to my opponent. I'm sad that we DC'd at the end there, but in all honesty, it was still a very good match. Definitely came down as close to the wire as possibly could.